Number 371 sends us. No, number 571 sends us. My old channel is gone, but this kind of story is perfect for Pop and Blake. You should have Dwarf along once in a while. Have a ride and roasted Richard salad episode. The ride and roast. I don't know that I want to be part of a Richard salad in that situation. Anyway, he writes, I used to tell heavy metal horror stories from the road. You guys have the perfect worldview to philosophically and intellectually discuss such a topic, and with an educated and erudite, who am I kidding, Pop will just make pee-pee and fart jokes. Prepare to lock and seal your sphincteral orifices. You have been warned. Story begins. Back when I was a functioning touring musician from Tampa, when off the road, some in the scene would run light, sound, or video, or run merchandise for other bands to make extra cash. Hey, work is work. In the Tampa scene in the late 80s and 90s, there was a troupe of female attendees to the local scene who were known to have morals looser than dedicated ham wallets. If you were caught canoodling with one of those female specimens of ill repute, your career and reputation became regional comedy gold. Shortly before going on an 11-month pub tour, put a pin in that for a time frame later. Apparently there's another story. Myself and a guitar player named Eric, for reasons of me not getting sued, obviously a false name, were running lights and sound for another band in town when two of the night scene succubuses entered the club and walked up to both of us at the booth. One of them had been following Eric from gig to gig for months. Never nail groupies. No. I gave him a friendly ball-busting, hey, I thought you two liked our band. What kind of disloyal shit is this? Not important to retelling of this story. I'm just a douche nozzle. Even though we were 2 counties away, Eric was dumb enough to risk both of our reputations, mine just for being there. I was running the board alone, 2-man job at that time, for about half an hour. Where the hell was this butt fungus? I was doing all of the work, and we were both getting paid for. He returned a half an hour later with a stupid look on his face. She had been following our band around trying to grace Eric with a mouth hug with swirling head bob for months. Mouth hug with swirling head bob.
That's one of our terms for a BJ. Mouth hug with
No, I know that, but it's just a good flow there. At least the scene didn't learn that he risked being vulnerable to a siege staged by an invading army of violent saber-toothed carnivorous crotch creatures until 11 months later.
Ooh.
After returning from the pub tour, his next 2 paychecks were missing roughly 80% of his normal pay. He called the label, all like, what the hell? It turns out he was being docked for child support. Child support for an act of orally induced expulsion of and consumption of live love gravy, you say? How is this possible, you ask? She admitted to the judge in court that when Eric left the room, she spit the mouthful of biomass obtained from a penile protein producing pole projection into a pediatric medicine syringe and inserted it into her mold-covered, malfunctioning trailer trash factory.
Oh my God!
She was preggo before she left the club. Wow. The judge granted it, as legally the sperm was a gift that she can legally do with as she pleases. This crazy train has no brakes. I am interested as to your take in this nightmare scenario. Don't ever tell me that women are not absolutely evil. I would love to see the look on Pop's face hearing this story. Would he even be shocked anymore? Anyway, Pop, when your haters give you grief, don't tell them to suck your penis. Tell them to swallow a living spoonful of Terrence's tapioca. Extra chunky flavor.
Oh. Why'd you have to add the food at the end, man? You son of a bitch.
I did not. I am simply reading the letter for a loyal viewer.
If you listen to my safety briefing, I do tell you to flush it down the toilet and watch it go, because women are sneaky bitches and child support does last 18 to 21 years.
Look, if you are getting a blowjob from a groupie succubus, when she's done, hold the mouth and nose until she swallows.
Yep. Or
just
give
like
her
just like feeding a dog a pill.
That's right.
God, that is just atrocious, man.
Wow.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And
And
you know,
listen, hang on a minute. As women are more and more single, like half of them are going to be single and childless by 2030. That's what, 4 years away now, 5 years, something like that. 4.5 years. We're gonna hear a lot more of these stories because once that baby rabies takes hold, they will do some stupid ass shit. So be prepared, gentlemen. Be prepared.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.